Let's move on north here to Lambeau Field, where a year ago the Packers were coming off the first team as a number 7 seed in the postseason to win a game inside Jerry World. They fell short against the 49ers. They tried to get back with some vengeance, having probably the best week 1 game that I can remember down in Brazil for the South American fan base there. Jordan Love gets hurt. Malik Willis comes in. Malik Willis looks like a competent quarterback for the first time in his NFL career, goes undefeated, shows a lot of sparkiness, success. Jordan Love comes back in. It's kind of like in and out. It's not the greatest season. They don't have the results that they want. They still ended up in the playoffs as a 7 seed again. They go into Lincoln Financial Field where the body bag 2.0 game took place, and they just did not look the same. They couldn't really get anything going on offense, and an early exit for the Packers. But in 2025, they're looking to rebound and try to be this team that they know they could be, which is a world championship team. And here we go. To the offense we go, where the Packers for the second consecutive year decide, hey, we are going to make a splashy move. They get Aaron Banks, who is going to help the offensive line. Big money from San Francisco. I believe it was like a 4-year deal, $90-something million, or it could be 3 years, 75. But whatever it is, they paid a lot of money for Aaron Banks to be one of the protectors of Jordan Love. And somehow, some way, the Packers do it the first time in over 2 decades. They decide to take a receiver in the first round, which probably encouraged Aaron Rodgers to not retire, maybe get married. Who knows what they did. But Matthew Golden out of Texas is now the first receiver in a very long time to be the first-round pick for the Green Bay Packers, helping to potentially solidify a room that hasn't really had the biggest of talks in the last couple of years, really downplayed. But according to Jordan Love, Matthew Golden has that dog in him, and that's what they want. They want a dog. That's according to JL10, if that's even a nickname, who knows. But, gentlemen, what are your guys' thoughts on this, not revamped offense, but they did add a lot of more pieces there that they were kind of struggling with, especially at the end of the season?
I don't know. They were good. I mean, they Josh Jacobs was great. You know,
another free agent guy, dog.
Yeah, I don't really think. I honestly really look at this and I don't really think much changes. I think they'll be good. I think they'll be number 2 in the division. They'll compete, be a playoff team. Like, this isn't an offense that screams like anything's really going to change. They played well last year. I think they'll play well this year. I mean, if Matthew Golden is sick, he's sick. Like, cool. That gives them a legitimate target there, and that could change a game or two. But I think, double-digit wins probably, kind of where they sat last year. Just maybe not the Vikings kind of outshadowing them a little bit.
I think the Christian Watson experience is over. I know he tore his ACL week 18, so it was kind of like done for him. So you add a month, so February he gets surgery and he has like the hamstring problems. I think the experiment's over. It's done with. It's unfortunate. There was a lot of hype behind him being that speedster for the last year of Rodgers.
An exact replacement style-wise.
Jordan Love is raving about him, so maybe that's a good fantasy target for some people. Maybe me.
Maybe they have a good connection. I mean, again, like, if he's sick, that's cool. That's awesome. And they did a good job on that. That's finally making that pick. That's cool. But, I don't think ultimately it's not like, damn, this just became one of the best teams in the league. I don't really think we're at that point. I just think, cool, like, they're still on pace to do what they need to do, make it to playoffs, and compete. I mean, that's essentially, I just think, where this team is.
Yeah, I think they still have that, like, each receiver is a role guy and not, like, the Amon-Ra, St. Brown, the CeeDee Lamb, the big target.
If Golden becomes that, that's sick. But, like, yeah, we got to see. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about this team. I just think, like, nothing's incredibly groundbreaking, and we're going to get to the defense in a second, and that's the same case. So I think it's ultimately just like, this is a very competitive team. It is a playoff team. It's going to battle for the top of this division, and it'll do the same next year, and that's that.
It's a very boring team.
It is. It is a very.
Don't say that. The Packers fans on YouTube are gonna be like, "You don't watch. You don't know ball. That's not right."
That's fine.
I watch every Packers preview. That's not right.
I got it. I get it. Talking about their team, but it's boring though. They don't have we were just talking about. They don't have a number one guy on either side of the ball that jumps out. It's like that guy is it's not like it's T.J. Watt or Myles Garrett on the Browns. That is a dude on the Browns. The Browns overall suck, and they're going to be horrible this season. But Myles Garrett is a dude. When I look at the Packers, Jordan Love, okay, he's a good quarterback. Is he great? No, he's good. Look at the receiving corps. I got to see what Matthew Golden does at the next level. I think Romeo Doubs is a good receiver. I don't think they use him a lot. Jaden Reed had a nice solid season last year. Tucker Kraft was very good. Good. There's no one on this. Josh Jacobs, bounced back after what it was at the end of his time as a Raider. He was very good for the Packers. But, there's no one here that's, great or elite on this roster that, jumps. When you get to Minnesota, it's okay, cool. Justin Jefferson. There's other, Detroit, the division pops with players. Jahmyr Gibbs, St. Brown. If St. Brown was on the team, I'm okay, cool. There's something that pops for you. There's nothing that pops in the Packers. So I'm not trying to offend any Packers fans.
They're going to be offended. They've already been offended.
They're going to be offended.
That's fine. You know what? Then they just need a reality check when it comes to talking about their team.
It's okay. It's always our most disliked video anyway, so it's completely fine.
No, but I would like a Packers fan to name me a guy that jumps on their roster. I'm you know what? You're right. This guy does jump. No one jumps on this roster. Kenny Clark, when we get to defense, great player. Doesn't or a good player. Doesn't jump off the page holy shit. Gotta watch Kenny Clark. I'm not tuning in to watch Kenny Clark play. It's not it's Aaron Donald on the defense. Let's be real here. And it's not taking shots. They're gonna be good. They're gonna have probably 9, 10, 11 wins again. That's good in the NFL, winning that many games. But nothing jumps on this roster. That's all I'm saying when I look at it.
Exactly. That's what I'm
saying.
That'll be good. Yeah. Let's do it.
So let's go to the defense here. Not a whole lot of change. Eric Stokes, I don't know, that was just not a great pick by them. He ends up going to Vegas. So in exchange, Nate Hobbs comes in as a unrestricted free agent, just knowingly. Xavier McKinney, year number 2 with him. He was phenomenal last year. But they also have that key, really young linebacking core with Edrin Cooper, Quay Walker, Lucas Van Ness. Just a lot of youth. And then you have Rashawn Gary, who's another year off that ACL. So you have to be expecting him to be a lot more explosive now, because he's going to be back to the Rashawn Gary of old. But other than that, you have Caring Valentine, a corner. He was really good. He popped off the charts last year. Kayshon Nixon. You bring in Micah Robinson. I don't know. Yes, they make the moves. Isaiah Simmons, can he be this player that, the Cardinals were going to take, where he could play linebacker, defensive end, and safety? Or is he just going to, probably find his way off the 53-man roster by the time cuts come around?
I think that experiment's over.
Kind of sad. Well, didn't mean to do that. There we go.
Okay, don't do that. Nope, not doing that. No. Nope, not doing it. Can't do it. Not doing it.
Again, what we've just said, it's the same thing. There's one orange name in that starting lineup of there's the. Cool.
I mean, but I want to see a full season of Edrin Cooper, because that could be a guy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That could be the guy that you're talking about. But again, it's just, this is what the Packers always are.
Yeah,
solid, not earth-shattering, relying on sometimes quarterback play, which I don't know if Jordan Love is that Aaron Rodgers guy that everyone talks about him.
Hey, it's year 3, man. Year 3. He made it to Aaron Rodgers made it to the Super Bowl in year 3. That means, the heir to the throne has to be now.
Did Favre do that?
No, Favre went to the Super Bowl, year 4? So what, 92?
Right. So maybe we're getting towards a pattern.
5 years.
Maybe we're getting towards a pattern. Who knows? But whatever. Again, the overall consensus of this team, I think we're kind of all on the same page of great team, gonna compete. Could compete for the top part of this division. I'm not calling them a Super Bowl candidate.
But again, this is my point. So the Packers fans, don't kill me. Nothing jumps on this rock. Like their best player probably defensively last season was Xavier McKinney. No one cares about safeties in this league where it's like, oh my God, safeties. No one does.
I think there was an objection there.
Yeah.
There was 100% an objection.
Your dog might be a Packers fan. They're already
Someone cares.
It's already started. It's like every year again. This is what just boggles my mind. Every year, this is the most disliked video for calling them a good team but not great.
Oh no, you have to call them a Super Bowl team. But if you call a bad team bad, then at least they're like, okay, yeah, they're gonna be bad. But it's like the Packers. It's like, yes, you have the prestigious Super Bowl trophy named after your prestigious head coach that only ever had one playoff loss in his entire career. And yet it's only been brought home 4 times. And then you have the Steelers with 6. Brady's done it 7 times. Like something has to kind of give.
To be fair, our most objected against video this year so far has been us talking really good about the Ravens. So I don't really know what the standard is.
Well, then you have the Broncos too, where it's like, oh, this team's going to compete. And then a guy's in the comments like, I don't think you know ball, sir. You should probably watch the team before trying to comment on a video like this.
I don't know, whatever.
And then you have the Chiefs, and then you got like all these other ones. Like we're guaranteed to just have a lot of just dislikes.
It's fun. I don't know. The Ravens one blows my mind a little bit, but all right, let's look at the schedule. Let's see if let's
head to the schedule here, where week 1 is a very important game. They are home against the Detroit Lions, obviously a 4:25 start. And then right after that, probably a really electric week 2 Thursday Night Football opener with the Commanders. I mean, hey, same with the bye. I think they could go 3-1. I really think they can. I think the loss can either happen against the Lions or, well, I can't really say the Cowboys. I mean, Jordan Love's already went into AT&T Stadium and destroyed them. So I don't know. There's a chance that this team could start 3-1, maybe potentially 4-0 until you get to the bye. And then that's when the true contest happens, where the Bengals come to town. The Bengals and the Packers always have a great matchup in Lambeau Field for whatever reason. History can even, go back and prove it. And then you got to go coast to coast. You go all the way out to the west to Arizona. Then you play the matchup that they thought could have happened last year against the Jets, but the Aaron Rodgers-led Pittsburgh Steelers. But like that week 11 on, man, 5 away games is going to be absolutely torture. And that Broncos game is going to be unrelenting. The Packers just have a really difficult time up in Mile High. You could go back so far, and it's just always their toughest matchup is just the Broncos.
I have them at 10 or 11, depending on what happens week 18, depending on
I think 10-11 wins going to be perfect for them.
It's kind of what Colton just said, 9, 10, 11 wins, like it's going to happen. They'll compete, be in the playoffs.
Not a lot of cold games you're playing in Lambeau Field. And that's like the Packers like motto. It's like, oh, you don't want to go to Seattle. You don't want to play in Seattle. You don't want to go to Foxborough and play a Tom Brady-led Patriots team. Like, you don't want to go to Lambeau where you're freezing your nuts off. Like, you don't want to do that, but you don't have those games. Like, what, 2 December games? And week 17 could be a division game. Like, okay, who's going to win the division? Is it going to be the Ravens or is it going to be the Packers? Like, that week 17 game is going to be like the premier matchup.
Dude, all right. Now that I look at this again, their schedule as a whole, dude, I don't know how many games this team's winning. I think you're being very friendly saying 3-1. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're beating Detroit. Like, who knows? We thought Houston was untouchable. Like, oh, Houston's going to be the team to beat this year. They bring in the weapons. CJ Stroud year 2, he's only going to get better, and then he had a slump. It's like, who knows what Washington's going to be like? What the hell's going on with McLaurin? Debo's hurt already again. So, like, who knows what Washington's like? You could possibly give them a win. It's a home game. Like Dallas early, like who knows? Like, and then after that, it's like, okay, congratulations. Here's an early bye. So if you have any injuries late, you're screwed. Here's an early bye for you. Then we'll give you the Bengals, Arizona, whatever. Take what you want. Steelers at Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is going to be up for that game. So, like, who knows how the Steelers season's going? But Rodgers is going to be up for that game. Then you got Carolina, whatever. Philly. Like, dude, when I look at their schedule, I don't 9 wins. Like, sure, some of the games could be like a coin toss and you flip it and it goes to a win. But like, yikes!
Yeah, I have them splitting most of their pretty much the division stuff for the most part.
Yikes, man.
I don't know, like 9-10 wins. I have them going. I don't know about 3-1, like you said, going in the bye week, maybe 2-2, but like, I don't know.
The thing is that I could easily see that being 1-3 at the same time.
Yeah,
I think Will's trying to play to the Packer fans with them not being mad at us saying 3-1.
No, they're not making it this far in the video, so I can say whatever I want. I can say right now they're going to win the Super Bowl, and they're not going to make it that far because they're going to be like, oh, that's awkward. There's too much silence. And how do you not know who our first Jordan Morgan, our first round pick in 2024, who's second on our depth chart now? Like, why aren't you talking about him? That's a dog. Like, I like they're not making it this far in the video
because they're offended by everything.
But what's going to make the season successful, Dom? What's the win total that they claim?
What does Vegas have them at? 9.5 wins, which is kind of what we just said.
I think I would take the under, honestly.
I'll take the under on that.
If you're in that gun to my head, Colton, you got to pick one life or death. I think I'm taking the under.
55% chance at playoffs. I mean, like, all of that is pretty much par. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty par for what I thought it would be, to be honest.
By the way, is it plus or minus? Does it show, like, if you were to bet the under?
Okay. So there's a website that kind of compiles all.
I got it. All right.
Yeah, so that's kind of what that website is. So some sports books probably have them at like plus minus 10.5, plus minus 9. Honestly, I bet you pretty much all of them have 9.5. So plus minus.
What's going to make the season successful for the Go Pack Go?
Deep playoff run, I think, to be honest with you. Like, cool, you made it last year. You beat Dallas in Dallas. Like, that's great.
It doesn't count. It's Dallas.
So, yeah, but you won a playoff game. Like, that's under the belt. Whatever. You've accomplished that now. You now need to make a real playoff run. I think that's ultimately it. You were 7th in last year. So, even if you're 7th in, just make an impact in the playoffs. I think that is what makes this successful. Again, I'm not calling them a Super Bowl candidate yet, but you make a deep playoff run and maybe I'll think a little bit better of you next year, which I don't know.
Actually win a couple playoff games.
Yeah.
Not against Dallas.
That's what I mean. Deep playoff run. Give me a playoff run.
Prove that you're great and not just good, because the consensus is you're good, not great. Good teams make the playoffs and don't do anything. Great teams win.
Yeah. I'm good with that.